Hi there, this is Teacher Podcast episode 304, How to be the person everyone loves to talk to in English. You read English, you understand English, you've been learning for years, but when it's time to speak, your mind just freezes and the words don't come out. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. I've been exactly where you are. I'm Ola and this is the Teacher Ola Podcast. I'm here to help you finally speak out loud the words, the ideas, the English that have been stuck in your head for too long. This isn't about perfect grammar or fancy vocabulary. This is about your voice, your words, your real English. Hey everyone, welcome back to Teacher Ola Podcast. Today we're going to talk about something every English learner needs and wants: how to keep a conversation flowing even when your brain wants to freeze. So I'll share simple, natural follow-up questions, which are the secret to make people love you and want to talk to you more and more and more, and some other reactions that make people want to keep talking and make you feel more comfortable joining in. And if you've ever wanted a safe, supportive space to practice these strategies, connect with others, and finally use the English you've been keeping in your head, my 12-week program, Say It Out Loud, is designed exactly for that. If you've been waiting for a new edition, here it comes. We start this new journey on the 11th of September. You can sign in right now at teacherola.com/kurs, czyli /kurs. teacherola.com/kurs. And now let's dive into today's tips and make your English feel comfortable and fun and make you unforgettable. So I've got 4 major tips for you. Number 1, clarifying. Clarifying, guys. You know that little moment when someone says something and your brain just freezes. It's like it says, wait, what? What did he say? What did she say? What was that? Oh no, I will not be able to keep up with her now or him. And yeah, most learners just panic right there. They just nod along, fake a smile, hope nobody notices. But here's the truth. That's actually their sweet spot. That's where the good stuff begins. So don't worry, don't panic, enjoy this moment because it gives you an opportunity to say something. So if you stop and say, what do you mean exactly? Or how come? You're not showing weakness. You're showing presence. And you're telling the other person, I'm with you, I care, I really want to get it right. And here's the kicker. People love that. They love explaining themselves. Majority of people, of course. It makes them feel like their thoughts matter. That's when the conversation stops being so shallow and starts feeling real. So never ever pretend you understand if you don't. Never ever, I'll say that again, never ever pretend that you understand if you don't. Be brave and ask for clarification and think about what I've just said. Nobody will judge you negatively for not understanding firsthand, okay? Or for being curious about the details. When they will be like shocked that you are truly interested in them. Think about it. People really, in modern world, people don't have time for others. Everybody cares about their own lives. So show them some interest and they will love you. 2, showing interest and surprise. Showing interest and surprise. It's very similar to number 1. You will notice that all 4 tips are quite similar and they are tied by one element. Nevertheless, clarifying is a separate idea for me. Showing interest is so important, I decided to put it separately. So, you know what most people don't realize? A good conversation isn't about the words, isn't about your vocabulary and grammar. And if the conversation stops, it's not because your English skills are not good enough. It's about how you react. Think about it. If someone tells you a story and you just sit there nodding or ask basic questions, it just falls flat. But if you go, no way, you're kidding, suddenly there's life. That little spark makes people want to keep going. It's not fluff, it's fuel. So listen again. No way, you're kidding. Basic things, This is not rocket science. It's not crazy, difficult thing to say, no way, right? But it changes the whole dynamics of the conversation, so try it. And here's the best part. You don't have to be funny. You don't have to be the funny one in this conversation or the clever one. You just have to give space to this person you talk to be clever and funny. All you have to do is react. That's it. That's what makes the other person feel like, oh, they actually with me right now. They're actually listening. He or she is actually interested in what I'm telling. So everybody wants to be listened. Everybody wants to be accepted. And yeah, that's it. It's so simple. Because people don't just want someone who listens with their ears. They want someone who listens to their feelings. Picture this. You're at a party. Someone drops something interesting in a conversation. I mean, says something funny or interesting. And you just go, wait, seriously? That's it. And you've given them that moment of being seen. You've made it real. So don't overthink it. Be the human who reacts. That's the stuff that makes conversations come alive. That's the stuff that makes people want to talk to you more just by showing interest. Seriously? Yes. Seriously. I'm dead serious. Number 3, asking for details. Asking for details. You know why so many conversations just fizzle out? So again, it's not your grammar. It's you stop asking questions. Don't be afraid to ask another one and another one and another one. That's the whole point, You don't sound nosy. No, it's not. No, you want to make the person you talk to feel seen. And I don't know, for instance, somebody says, I had an amazing weekend. And what most of us do, a smile, nod, maybe we throw in a safe and boring question like, oh really? What did you do? Where were you? End of story. But imagine you actually leaned in, you really focused, you looked the person in the eye, and you showed a sincere, honest interest. Oh, wow. Add that emotion. Wow. What exactly did you do? Who were you with? Or even better, what was the best part? Do you recommend it? Do you see the difference, Add emotions, add specific questions, and that completely changes the whole vibe. You're not just feeling silence. It's not just a question that you ask because it sounds like you should, right? But you are truly interested, honestly engaged. Of course, if you really are, because you cannot pretend it. So doing that, asking those questions, good questions, you're opening a door, and suddenly they're sharing their details, little details, stories, bits of their world, about their family members, about their friends. And they usually keep those informations locked up because no one bothers to ask, right? We are so individual right now. I don't know if that's the correct way to say it. We have become more of an individualists, right? We think about ourselves, we focus on ourselves or on very tiny circles. What if we change that? Just for fun, just for that small talk. And the last part, super simple, is the simplest thing you can do. The simplest tip, very practical. You can just try it out the next time you have a conversation with anybody, in any language actually. Number 4. Turning it back to them. So here's the move that looks almost too simple, it's just so basic, but it's pure genius. And really, I see that people in speaking clubs, other conversational groups really forget about it. Never mind the level. The level can be over B2. Doesn't matter, that it's not about the level. It's about being engaged again. So you don't have to carry the whole conversation. All you do is drop a, oh my goodness, it's so simple. It's just, and you? Or how about you? Or what about you? You know, when you have been asked a question, provide your answer as detailed as you want. But if you want to show interest, just bounce the question back. What about you? And you? That's simple. That's simple. Again, you put that person in the spotlight. They feel seen, they feel important, and they love you. And you again, you take a breather. So you again have a moment of pause to think about your next question or your next story or how the conversation might go next. And again, they will walk away thinking, you are so good at conversation. Wow, he or she, such a great talker. Such a great person to talk to. When in reality, you just asked a couple of follow-ups. Questions that keep conversations going and let them do the heavy lifting. Take this whole spotlight and the whole stress off of yourself and start focusing on the person you talk to. So all those 4 tips can come to this one. Just focus on the person you talk to and engage by asking for clarification, by the second point was showing interest, showing surprise with emotion. Wow, really? Seriously? By asking for details. What do you mean exactly? Where exactly did it happen? Who was with you? Or obviously, number 4, the easiest, no-brainer. And you? How about you? What about you? It's the best tip I can give you. And now it's your turn to practice. Listen carefully and repeat out loud. But remember, repeating sentences can only get you so far. The real magic happens when you take a brave step and actually use these phrases with other people. You know, nothing, absolutely nothing, no AI avatars, nothing will ever replace real conversation with a real person. So yeah, show up, react, ask questions, and let the conversation flow. That's how you make English alive. Are you ready? Let's go. What do you mean exactly? What do you mean exactly? How come? How come? People love it when you make them explain themselves. People love it when you make them explain themselves. No way. No way. Wait, seriously? Wait, seriously? That's how you make English alive. That's how you make English alive. Oh wow, what exactly did you do? Oh wow, what exactly did you do? Who are you with? Who are you with? And you? And you? What about you? What about you? All right, before we wrap up, just a quick but important reminder. Today we explored how to keep conversations alive, how to clarify, react, ask for details, and turn it back to the other person, how to put them in the spotlight, how to make yourself memorable, unforgettable, just by giving the person you talk to space and interest and your attention. Remember, you don't need to have the perfect words ready to control every moment, every twist in a chat. You need to start trusting yourself. Trust yourself. Play the game. It's just a game and it's supposed to be fun. Trust the game, because if you play the game, if you seek for the clues, that is, you speak, you practice speaking, there you go. You've reached your goal. 100%. It's guaranteed. You will reach your goal if you speak. If you speak to people and if you're ready for a safe, supportive space to actually practice these skills and play with English in real conversations, join my 12-week speaking program, Say It Out Loud, SIOL. It's designed to help you use the English you've been keeping in your head, build real connections, and finally speak your words. Find your voice. Go to teacherola.com/kurs and apply today. The course starts on the 11th of September 2025. So again, it's teacherola.com/kurs. And don't forget your free worksheet for this episode. Download it at teacherola.com/304. That's it for today. I believe in you. I know, and you know, that you can speak English. All you need is practice and real connection. Stay fearless, take care, and say it out loud. I'm your teacher, Teacher Ola, and you are listening to Teacher Ola Podcast. Bye for now.